On November 2nd, 1944, the target would be the heavily defended synthetic oil plant in Merseburg, Germany. It was his 20th mission, and it would prove to be his last.
When I looked ahead and saw the flak, which is the black explosion of 88 millimeter shells going off, I thought, my God, we're going to be lucky to get through this. And we got through it fine. We were hit a few times. All I could tell when you were hit that we could smell the burning hot flak metal going through the ship. And we got out of that fine. And as soon as we were out of that, the Luftwaffe attacked us. The first attack, they always attack from the tail because their 20 millimeter cannon would go further than our 50 caliber machine gun. The tail gunner was really busy on that first mission, and I think he shot down one of the planes. One of the fellows said, "You got one," over the intercom. And so on the second attack, we were hit really bad. The tail gunner was shot bad, and the waist gunner went back to check on him, and he did. He said he's dead. But that time we were hit real bad, and the plane was out of control. The pilot gave the word to bail out, and me being the navigator, right by the nose escape hatch, I was the first one out. Before I could go out, I had to release. I wore what they called a flak suit. Armor vest. There's an escape tag on that you pull and it's supposed to be released. Well, it didn't release, and I was fighting that, trying to get that off, and I said, man, I got to get out of here. And, I had a voice my father had passed away about 8 months before I went in the service, and I thought I heard his voice say, "You get out of there now." So I did. I wanted to jump out. I said, I can't wait any longer. I jumped out of the escape hatch of the nose. As soon as I hit the slipstream, it tore the flak suit off, but my parachute was only fastened on one side because I couldn't fasten the other side when the flak suit was on. So here I was fighting all the way down, trying to fasten the other side. And at 28,000 feet, you have no strength. You're just ready to pass out. And so I started entering some clouds at 3,000 feet, and I said, well, I better pull this now, whether it's fastened or not. And I pulled it, and I was floating down, and I could hear shots coming up at me. And the Germans were shooting at me as I was coming down.
And this was fire from their aircraft or from the ground?
That was from the ground. It was civilians in the ground were shooting. They all had guns. And then the odd thing about this, when I was, before I hit the ground, I could hear cheering. And I thought, who the heck is cheering in the middle of Germany? And I just about landed in a German prisoner of war camp that held English prisoners. And luckily, a guard from this camp come running out of the camp and made the civilians stop shooting me. They had their rifles all ready aimed at me, and so they stopped shooting, and the guard gathered me up and took me into this camp, and the English prisoners of war gave us tea and crumpets. It was really something.